Yes, Swansea, welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're opening up right here on S3. And if you have not been around for the last few hours, then wow, you're missing out on incredible talent. We have musician Gareth James in the building, and he's spending the morning with us showing off his absolute talent. But how well do we really know this incredible artist? I think it's time for a round of some quick fire questions. And G-Man, you put some incredible questions together, man.
I love this, man. No, our team has undoubtedly. And this, we want brutal honesty, please, okay? Unless it's going to get you into trouble, okay? No, even then, we want it. This is a great way to just find out the bits and pieces that we might not be able to get off your feed or the interviews that we've had. So please, brutal honesty, this is a safe place.
Sure thing.
I'd say. All right, so let's jump right in. And I absolutely love these because this is what we're dying to know, actually. Wildest thing that happened to you on your recent tour?
You know what? We were backstage. So the day before the actual awards, they did this whole sort of get-together, you know, with all the artists and a bunch of sort of music industry people. So it was like a big thing for the artists, you know. And everybody kind of had a turn to, like, jam a song. But a whole bunch of us had no idea this was going down, so we were having a smoke outside. And the guy was like, hey, you guys need to go, you know, into the theater. So we're like, okay, cool. So we're still sort of walking through, not realizing things are happening. And I'm joking and we're laughing and carrying on. And in the meantime, there's people talking and it's like dead silence. It's like you could hear a pin drop. And of course, Gareth is the guy that talks the loudest out of everybody.
Proper
the whole
South
thing
African.
had to stop for 5 seconds, you know.
So making our South African voice known internationally.
That guy, that's the guy.
He's a born rock star, bro. That's a rock star.
I love it. Listen, we got another one for you. This should be a quick one. Which country music star do you think is really underrated?
So I've been following a guy quite a lot lately. His name's Nate Smith. He's like he won the Rising Star Award at the CMAs, but also a guy that's super underrated, but incredible songwriter, amazing performer as well.
Add him to the playlist if you want to find out more, Ms.
Oh, yeah, Nate Smith,
and there is like a new generation of country stars emerging at the moment, which I think is part of why there's been this massive resurgence. We love that. What's the biggest risk you've taken in your music career? And I'm sure there have been a few.
Oh, yeah, look, that's a very long list. But I would say the risk going to America was a big risk for me because I had no idea what I was going to. You know, I had no idea where I was going. I mean, as a matter of fact, when I got there, I was initially booked, besides the awards, I was initially booked to be touring with opening for an American artist. I had about 50 shows booked. And I arrived on the 9th of July. On the 11th of July, I sent me a text message, sorry, bro, tour's cancelled.
You're joking.
And I'm sitting in a country I'd never been to in my life. I had no idea what to do. But needless to say, everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Actually better than what it...
100%.
Which is where faith came from.
It all makes sense. Puzzle pieces, putting a beautiful picture together. I'm dying to know about this one, man. Have you... what's the craziest fan request that you've ever received? I'm sure they go crazy a lot of the times when you're performing too.
You know, I've had so many requests. You know, we'll do, for example, it'll be an original show. It'll be telling stories about these, you know, these beautiful stories about these songs that we write, and the guy will say, "Can your baby chocolate spill?" So yeah, no, you get them all.
Yeah.
And the ridiculous thing is you probably could.
On purpose, no.
Exactly. I love that. On that note, because I think there is a bit of a shake-up happening within the industry, what do you think needs a shake-up? Which country music tradition do you think is due for a bit of disruption?
Look, I think, are you talking about in South Africa?
Yeah, or it can be global.
I would say South Africa has been, the floodgates have most definitely opened because there's some crazy, amazing country music artists coming out of this country now. Because of the Cape Town Country Music Festival was here, I think in October. And ever since those international artists were here, you know, and people got to see, like, hang on, there's actually more to country music than Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I mean, nothing against them, but there's actually other artists out there. And now South Africans are going, what the hell, this is amazing, you know? So now suddenly you're starting to see all the guys coming out of the woodworks, and these guys are great. You know what I mean? So
I love that.
Added to that, the fact that you yourself are opening up the door as you move through all these incredible events internationally, locally. I think you are setting a bar which a lot of people are inspired by, they're looking up to. So I want to say on behalf of all of us in Mzansi, thank you for the authenticity that you brought to your music, man. We really appreciate it. And I'm sure that we're going to see even more incredible talent like this, thanks to what you've done.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's always fun being here, I must say. But before I go, I wanted to just mention something. I actually got news a couple of days ago that I've been nominated for International Singer-Songwriters Award in Atlanta, Georgia as well.
Come on.
Hey now, man, what's happening?
Come on.
Yes! Go, James,
Now,
baby!
as is your record, now that you've mentioned it on the show, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
And,
Yeah, this
whether you
works.
win it or whether you don't win it, it means
Right.
you're on that list.
There we go. Yeah,
and
for
that
sure.
list speaks to the professional ecosystem around it, which is incredible. So congratulations.
Thanks,
by the way.
guys. Thank
We
you.
love you, dude. We absolutely love
Amazing
you.
indeed.
Show him some love, some congratulations on his socials, on our socials, and we're not going to let him go just yet.